What's up, it's Prince Donnell, and today I'm going to show you how I've closed $1,000 in commission per day as a life insurance agent, and it's extremely simple. So if you're an agent, pay attention, get your pen and paper out. It's time to get this started. And by the way, go ahead and click subscribe if this was valuable, and share this with another agent that you know if you aren't consistently making $1,000 per day as an agent. I'm going to walk you through my exact strategy. All right, let's get started. Let's go into number one, which is you have to figure out your lead source issue, because there's no way you can close 1,000 per day consistently Monday through Friday, and let's say you take weekends off, if you don't have a consistent lead source. Now, I was never really a warm market guy, and the reason why I'm not a warm market guy is because I don't have to be, because of the internet and the fact that there are a lot of people who are searching for life insurance. I don't have to convince people who are not looking for life insurance to try to get it, when there's enough people who are looking for life insurance that I can get right in front of to actually turn them into clients. So warm market to me just exerts so much more energy than what it needs to. I'm a big, how much can I pay to get in front of the people who are interested in getting coverage right now? So you got to figure out your lead issue. Now, I'll talk to you a little bit about what I did and some ideas that I can bring to you. Number one is I create a lot of content on social media. So if you're an agent that's not comfortable being in front of the camera, you should, because as I'm shooting this video now in 2023, it is a gold mine of an opportunity for you to be able to build a social media account specifically around life insurance, educating people on term, permanent, IULs, buy term, invest the difference if that's what you're into, infinite banking. Cool. Talk about that and dominate the conversation, and you're ultimately going to get people who drip in every day that are saying, hey, I love your information, I love the value that you give for free, I'm interested in more information on the quote. So I create a lot of content, so much so that I literally have over 800,000 followers on Instagram, 700,000 on TikTok, and 300K on YouTube. And as an example, I'll show you, I'll turn my screen around here so I can show you. So as an example, one of these videos right here, I actually educate, can you see me out a little bit? I actually educate people on life insurance on TikTok, so here it is.
Here's the shocking truth about life without life insurance. All right, here it is. This is John. He's an electrician that makes $82,000 per year. Then he has a wife named Jen who's a stay-at-home mom. And guess what? Janet loves staying at home taking care of the kids. Jordan, Julie, and Jasper. Beautiful children, amazing family. Now, one day, John is on his way to work. He gets into a car accident. Boom! He passes away. Rest in peace to John. But guess what? The entire savings gets wiped out because they have to cover the cost of the funeral.
So something like that. And I'll show you even one more, which is like my best video on TikTok that has now produced like thousands of leads just so far this year in 2023. This video has 2.4 million views on TikTok right now.
If you are the parent of a child under the age of 18 years.
This has 2.4 million views, 42,000 likes, 459 comments of all people who are interested in saying that they're interested in getting coverage. So I won't play the video, but as you can see, one of my lead sources, of course, is TikTok. And then, of course, I do the same thing on Instagram too, post the same content out, and then people naturally say they're interested in coverage. So give it a lot of value on the internet, and then you're going to be able to produce leads organically. Now, you won't be able to do that at mass scale, but at least you'll be able to drip in 1, 2 a day if you're consistent over the course of a year. Now, if you're like, hey, you know what, Don, I'm not really good in front of the camera, I don't really want to do that. Well, you have other options too. You can buy leads from a credible source, and I have videos on my page, YouTube page, that talks about, what you should be looking for before you actually choose a lead vendor. You should do that, because all lead vendors are not bad. And whoever told you that, they just had a bad experience and they're projecting that onto you. But ultimately, there's a lot of credible lead vendors out here where you can get a huge ROI. So you could buy leads if you're not interested in creating all of the content yourself. Or you could even find referral partners. So go to funeral homes and hospitals, meet nurses, doctors, anybody who is a center of influence. Or you go online, find influencers online that you're willing to pay to be able to promote life insurance, whatever it may be. You're going to need somebody or some sort of influence or referral partner that's going to be able to bring you the leads if you're not going to do it yourself. But you cannot expect to build a life insurance business off of a warm market of people who are not interested in buying from you, that you're trying to harass. That's just not how business works. And there's no company in the world, from Apple, Google, Amazon, that has literally built their business to millions of dollars using a warm market. It just doesn't work that way. They had to earn business from the outside and then nurture those people into clients. So figure out your lead scenario. You can create your own content. You can buy the leads. You can have a referral partner that you work with, or you can make your clients your referral partner. So if you have a client right now and you've done an extremely great job with their account and they're satisfied, that's probably your best lead source, because they're going to be able to bring somebody over to you who's like ready to get insurance. But again, that's very slow. So I don't like to wait for my business to come in and I'm like, I'm trying to make $1,000 a day, but I'm waiting for this person to refer. I'm not doing it that way. I need to go get my own business. I got to grab it right away. So figure out your lead issue first. Now, with that, now let's talk about the sales side. Well, you really only need one client a day in order to generate $1,000. I can do that from one customer. Now, my thought process around that customer is different. I look at what's called LTV, which is lifetime value. So I ask myself, how much money can the customer pay in exchange for the value that I'm going to give around life insurance? So as an example, someone will come to me and their initial request is, I'm looking for coverage. I take them through my sales flow and script and presentation. Next thing you know, we settle on $50 a month, which is basically $600 in annualized premium. If you have a 100% contract, then you're going to earn all $600 annualized paid out to you up front. If you have a 120% contract, obviously you could do the math. Those who have upwards of 100+% on contracts have the ability to earn more in the front end. But let's just say you have 100%. That means that now I made $600. Now, some would say that the deal is done, but there's a lot of other services that are out there that customers don't know when it comes to life insurance that you could offer that they'd be interested in getting. And I won't go into detail of those products today because I normally keep that for inside of my my group. But you should look at your insurance carrier, look at every single product that they offer, and ask yourself, okay, if I were to give the client a term life insurance policy, what would complement that? If I were to give them a whole life policy, what would complement that? That would be low cost option. Think about it now. If the client committed to $50 a month, $600 a year, that means you only need to make $400 more. So if we do 400 divided by 12, that means you just have to find another service that's valuable enough where the client would end up paying an additional $33 a month for that service. And it's an upsell. Think of it like going to McDonald's. You get them the burger and they say, would you like fries with that? Now, obviously, I would never offer a prospect something that they're not interested in or that they don't need. But if I make the offer and they say, wow, I didn't know that type of insurance existed, and now I can wrap it in, explain it, and they say, let's do it, and now I was able to earn an additional $30 per month from that sale, rounding me out to $1,000 from one client. So you see, I'm looking at lifetime value. Now that's one way to do it. One call, you make $1,000, $50 commitment, and then another $30 commitment on another product. Put those together, $1,000 in AP in a year. You could take option 2 though, which is, well, I run the same scenario where it's $50 a month, $600 in a year, and now I'm just really big on what's called beneficiary selling. Essentially how this works is, if you get a client on the line and the beneficiary is over the age of 18 years old, then that's a great conversation to have with the prospect, like, hey, can I get the phone number of your beneficiary? I would love to talk to them about life insurance as well, since now you got life insurance to benefit them. I want to make sure they got life insurance to either benefit someone else. In most cases, my clients always give me the beneficiary information and make a warm transfer over. And now I was able to take $50 a month, $600 a year from client number 1, and then they introduce me to client number 2 where I do the same thing. That makes it a $1,200 total commission from the same network of people, the same family, okay? Get some water here. All right, so next part to that is you can do beneficiary selling. Now the third part to that is just go straight referrals, which is after you're done selling the client on the $600 per year plan, you go and get a referral. And there are strategies that are out there in order to get that proper referral before the client gets off the line, increasing the lifetime value. So if you want to earn $1,000 per day, it's not as hard, but you do have to be very clear on where you're producing your leads from each and every day. You got to make a decision on how that works. You got to make a decision on how that works, and you need to find something consistent. Stage 2 is that you now want to focus in on either offering the client a $50 per month, whatever that may be, $600 a year, and then upselling on an additional service that they may need that gives that extra $30 a month, take you to $1,000. Or you could go beneficiary selling, which is after you're done with client number 1, you get access to the beneficiary and have that conversation on the same day, or get a referral same day, call that referral the same day, and you make $1,000. So you don't got to do a lot of work, right? You don't got to do a lot of work. Now, unless you're doing like final expense and you got to meet people in their homes, that's part of the reason why I don't do final expense. I'm really big on that. I train over 800 agents across the country. Many of them are like, Don, why don't you do final expense? Because there's too much work for the actual commission that's involved. Too much work. A lot of older clients don't know how to use the internet. They don't know how to sign things online through the e-app, through the iGo platform. I got to have multiple conversations. And I just think that the work required for the actual amount of commission earned doesn't match for me. I know some people who are crushing the final expense, and that's amazing. But I built my entire brand through telesales, obviously, as you can see. And I do it all over the phone. And I make sure that the clientele that I'm looking for is over the phone. You can easily make $1,000 or more per day over the phone than you can in person. It's just a lot harder in person. I can reach more people. So even if the strategy of me reaching one client a day and selling them on $1,000, even if that doesn't work, then worst case scenario, if I'm doing telesales, then I have the ability to reach 2, 3, 4, 5 clients a day and do well over $1,000 overkill. So I'm a telesales guy. I love being on the phone. Every client that I've spoken to loves it too, and every lead that I produce already has the expectation that it's being done over the phone too. So that's the strategy that I can give you on what I do in order to do $1,000 a day. Pretty simple and straightforward, but make sure that you have those things in place, right? A proper lead source, making sure that you are upselling if something is there, or beneficiary selling, or referral selling, or just moving to straight telesales to produce a lot more volume. You and your agents are going to be extremely happy if you make that decision. And by the way, if at any time you're interested in how I actually sell over the phone, what my sales script sounds like, what my flow sounds like, how a sales script should be structured, how to actually get referrals, how to upsell different products, and etc., I have a link below that you can click on, and I have a full-blown 5-6 hour training course that you can watch. That's going to break it all down for you. You can teach all of your agents as well, and you guys will actually start increasing your commissions and your volume right away. With that said, I'm Prince Donnell, founder of Jack Life Insurance. Talk again soon. Peace.